Y'all, I'm so sorry. I know I've been slacking. I haven't been focused. I ain't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I ain't been keeping the mainstream. Not even close. I'm on the right direction, right path. I haven't had the motivation for but I hope y'all forgive me on that. I'm gonna do better. I'm already starting to better. About getting the workout right after this. But I ain't talk about. I talk about being real because being real, y'all know, man. That shit's not for the birds. That shit sucks sometimes being real. You're not, I don't want to say an outcast. Sometimes you have to fit in. You feel me? Even being real, you have to. I don't want to say cater, but you can't always be real. You can't, because people want to be liked. People want to be liked, but you have to find a balance because I want to be liked, not like everybody, but certain people. You know, I want to impress them. You feel me? But you have to find a balance and make that a very short list of people. Sometimes you have to fit in, even when in your spirit it don't feel right. You have to do it. You gotta pick and choose your moments. You can't always do it. You gotta pick and choose your moments. Because if you continuously, you know, if you just stay real and always be on toes, like, or people call it standing on business, feel me? You can always stand on business, but not always in a verbal way or a confrontational way, like, or an aggressive way, you feel me? You'll constantly, because people, and the reason you can't always, confront and always, stand on business or whatever. You can't always do that because people are constantly gonna do things that, you're not gonna co-sign. And that's okay. That's their value system. That's what they believe is okay to do. You have to understand that other people aren't gonna have your understanding. You have to be okay. You have to accept that other people are not going to have your value system or your moral system. You have to, because if you don't, you're always gonna try to stand on business. And some of these people, because honestly, a lot of people, they're not gonna learn even if you tell them. And that's why some people you have to let life teach them. Sometimes you just have to say okay, or hey, I feel you, man. Okay, or just say nothing. Silence is louder than words most of the time. Be silent and don't say anything. But now, like I said, you do have to pick and choose, and sometimes there is moments where you need to I don't want to call it confront because aggressive confronting, that is only needed on like very, I would say like very, very like negative things that someone is doing are very derogatory. They're saying about someone like if someone's talking, shit about your mom and all that, or if someone's, you know, saying like they're gonna fucking snake so and so, and that's someone you fuck with and all that. That's when aggression is needed. But most of the time, aggression is not needed. Just come to someone, be like, "Hey, man, you can't, like I fuck with you," and always let the person know that you fuck with them. And you're telling them what you're about to tell them. You're telling them that because you fuck with them and you don't want it to happen again. I always go 3 strike rule. 1 strike, mistakes happen. You know, everyone fucks up. I fuck up all the time. I do bad shit. I try not to continue it. And if I do continue it, I at least have to own it. Because it's gonna eat me up alive anyway. But yeah, 2 strikes. 2 strikes, I always look at it as coincidence. I am a believer in giving people third chances. A lot of people aren't. Some people don't even give people second chances. And that's understandable. But it is off of personnel and the type of person that person is and how much you fuck with them too. And if I really fuck with you, I'll give you a third chance. But after 3 times, push has to give. After that second time, you talk to the person. Don't do this, man. I love you. I fucks with you. This is why I'm telling you this, because the third time, there's no coming back. The third time, that's where you separate. And you don't fight anyone, you don't get aggressive. The third time, you say nothing. The third time, you say absolutely nothing. The first and third time, you say nothing. The first time, you can say something, just something a little slight. But the third time, you never say anything, you back away and start fucking with that person. That's what people need to do more nowadays. Instead of killing people or like just talking bad about people on social media, what is that solving? Maybe on social media there's a little bit of accountability, but certain people they'll continue to still do it. One thing that they will be thinking about though, I didn't say that right. One thing that they will feel no matter what is someone that not only that they love, but someone that they know that loves them backing away from them. Because now they know they're fucking up. That'll make a person change. Not fighting them. Not this will work. Aggressive confrontation will work, but sometimes you just gotta back away. And the reason I say is sometimes you can't do the aggressive confrontation is because some people they thrive off of that. They thrive off of drama or any of that, and like if you do that, look, it's my dread like that. They will thrive off that, and that can kind of give them an excuse. You feel me? Now, backing away from them can give them an excuse too. They can start calling you fake, but don't entertain none of that shit. But 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 yeah, just back away from someone. And another reason I say don't always do aggressive confrontation. With that will become that'll be emotional because they will feel you are emotionally or you have a personal issue with them. You can say something aggressive to a person and not have a personal issue, but that's how it will come off. So if you do that, they will take it as a personal issue, and that will trigger emotions. That will trigger their emotions, which they, you know, when a lot of people like that. When their emotions are triggered, they will either change the subject or they will get aggressive. And we're not trying to start any issues, any fights, or none of that out here. You just have to tell, but you also can't change people either. That's another reason to walk away. You can't change everyone. You just gotta do the best. You just have to live through your value and your moral system and do the best that you can do. And you not only be honest with other people, you also have to be honest with yourself. You have to live right, not for other people. You have to live right for yourself. You have to have integrity on other things. Integrity is not just about, doing what you say. At least I believe. Doing what you say, positive way. Or about, you know, I worked out in the gym today and then showing proof. That is good, but integrity is also about, holding yourself accountable. And you feel me? Or like telling people that you lied to them. Or, come without them having to even say it. Or apologizing to people that you hurt. You feel me? When you knew you did bad. I feel like that's integrity. And doing an apology in a sincere way. Not because you want to fuck with that person still. And not because you got caught. Those are fake apologies. You know how I am with sorry and apology. I feel like all sorry should come with apologies, and all apologies should come with change. That is the best apology, change. And yeah, just had a whole workout to do though. But yeah, like you just can't do that shit, bro. You got to live in your truth for real. Even when it hurts. Even when it, makes other people sad. Even when it makes you sad or mad. Or even if it's gonna embarrass you. Even if it may not be the popular opinion. Even if it is gonna be the popular opinion. You got to live in integrity. Even when, yeah, this is the toughest one. I can't even do this all the time. You have to live with integrity, even when it's someone that you love to death and would do anything for. You gotta live in integrity. You just got to. Because if you don't, it's gonna eat you up. Like I said, you can't change everyone. You can only try to, spread the message as much as you can, and hopefully it gets out. People just try to change one life. If you can change one life, you feel me? Do that. And you feel me? Keep it like that. I'm trying to figure out Just join my shit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna get back with the videos we gonna do. Um, boy, there's so many videos I got. I got to do a workout video. I'm really trying to see who just joined my stream. I don't know how to do it no more. That's how you know, boy. I ain't been up here in a while. Oh Lord, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing for real. But what else? Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. What else is going on? I don't have time tonight to talk politics. I'm gonna have to save that for another lecture. That shit will take way too long. American politics, black politics. Good Lord, we'd be here forever. We'd be here forever. I am noticing what's going on though. I'm noticing what's going on with the tariffs. I'm noticing what's going on with. Well, let's get into black politics. Which at this point, man, black people, it's not looking good for us. It's not looking good. We find a way every year to top what we think is already the bottom of the barrel for us. We top it every year. 2020, I didn't think it would get any worse than that. 2021, it got even worse. 2022, I literally thought there's no way we can get worse than this. 2023, it got worse. It got worse again. 2024, we're killing our children on purpose. We're purposely killing the kids. People, what are we doing? We react out of emotion at all time high. We are doing it just to do it. We are just waiting to kill. We're waiting to kill. We're just waiting to kill. And I don't know how we did it, but this year, 2025, the amount of articles, YouTube, thumbnails I've seen where people are literally, what up, Jim? People are literally we're I'm trying to figure out the word I need. People are we're almost let me talk about this crash out culture stuff. I don't even want to call it a culture, but I guess we can call it that. It is cool to be a crash out now. And that is so sad. It's so sad, even though it's looked at as a cool thing, people, it's a sad reality. Cause if you actually look at the word, you feel me, crash out. And a lot of these crash outs aren't true crash outs. And that's good. That is good. Crash outs are chill people. Crash outs are normal people. A crash out isn't someone who constantly does things, because a crash out is I don't want to say secretive, but it's like it comes out of nowhere. So if you're constantly doing something crazy, you're not a crash out. You just you're just like a criminal for real. A crash out comes out of nowhere. But what I was gonna say is it's not good to be a crash out. Crash out per se, you can almost say it's an episode. You're just crashing. You're crashing. But just that alone, like I don't know how we're gonna recover from this. There's no way we can. We're too far gone. In 10 years, shoot. In 5 years, America's gonna be different. Now what they don't now what we don't want to talk about is when that white man when that white man gets that what should we call it? When that white man gets his clipboard and start looking at them statistics and gets the reports back, he'd be like, okay, Mexicans, see what y'all doing in the field. See what y'all doing with y'all Mexican restaurants, your grocery stores. We see y'all. Okay, Asians. We see y'all in the hair salons. We see y'all with the Chinese stores and gas stations. Indians. We see y'all at the gas stations too. We see y'all with the technology stores fixing the people. Y'all making us money. Y'all staying out of trouble. I don't know why my eyes are killing me. We see y'all. Black people. Y'all are bringing nothing but chaos. Um, Nothing but chaos. There's no schools. There's no grocery stores. There's no type of hospital. There's no nothing. No one wants to help anymore. They just want to kill each other and do all this craziness to each other and all this. What are y'all doing? It's bad enough that you're not doing anything for us, which is why eventually we'll probably kick you out. And the black community doesn't look at that as reality, but we got to think about it. We can't go anywhere else. Is bad. It is bad. I don't want to call it bad. The white man started this for us. He started this mental enchainment for us, but we've continued it and we've made it worse. And we've made it so worse now that not only we are not doing anything for the white man to allow us to stay here, not only do we not care that we're not doing anything, we don't even care about ourselves. We are content at staying at the bottom. We are content with it. We are okay with continuously wanting to kill each other. stab each other in the back, and yelling at each other, arguing with each other, and all this craziness. We're content with loving our white man. And trust me, we need to love our white man. He takes care of us. He takes care of us right now. And there's nothing, shout out to everyone working. Get your bread. Get, anyone with a business. And all that, specifically if it's funded by the white man. But, get your bread and all that. But our white man could take that from us at any moment he wants to. We gotta make our own jobs, but it's tough to do it over here because it's tough to put black people on. They'll mess it up, or black people on the low, they'll envy you, trying to do something different. Trying to do something different, they'll envy you. I don't know, and not just envy. Some niggas will just hate on it for no reason. Hating, that's what we do too. That's the only thing I forgot. Hate for no reason, but yeah, that's a whole. I can't sit here and talk about that too much, cause for real, it's just a waste of time. For real. Cause black people aren't gonna do right, and there's nothing wrong with not doing right all the time. But so shoot, I don't. But you just gotta have a certain value system, and no matter what, you just can't cross it. And you gotta get away from people that are crossing your value system. If someone's doing something or saying something and all that, and you can't co-sign it, we need to normalize, instead of fighting someone, or instead of killing someone, or instead of arguing, just step away. We got all this emotion built up. That's why it is okay for people to, like, want to fight or want to kill so much, but it's not solving anything. It's not solving anything, because actually, and specifically with pressing and and all this and killing people look at that as, I watch all this red pill people who I don't respect. They just hate women. But like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, they'll be like, yeah, someone says something about you in front of somebody, or like, let's say if it's your woman and all that, you press them and you kill them, or you fight them and all that. That's not the way to get it done. That's not the way to get it done. And let me not say about them, specifically about you, or they try to test you and all that. The black community, we automatically, yeah, you need to run, a fade on buddy and all that. If you do that every single time, you're gonna constantly you're touchable. And what I mean by touchable is, it's easy for people to get you out of position. Like, it's easy. They can constantly mess your day up. Like, instead of just moving on and not saying nothing, they can constantly mess your day up. Because what we don't focus on other things too, or end goals we have. just that moment. We want to, let it be known that we're not gonna take disrespect or any of that and all that. And obviously, don't take disrespect, but Lord of mercy. Well, don't let it get you to always defensive, um, this defensive, stature you have about yourself, because you're gonna constantly be touchable, and people can get you out of position and you not get what you need to be done. Because actually, in all these red pill people talk about, oh, you need I forgot I know it's the omega, the alpha males, and there's one more male. I forgot. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Alright, but yeah, the Sigma males, yeah, and all that. I respect the Sigmas more. The Sigmas don't say anything, but what I'm gonna say, I think that alpha male stuff is, I don't want to call it overrated, but it's not what people think. They look at that as, these alpha males is like people, they do take charge and all that, and they're constantly calling people out, and all this stuff. But it's actually not. Like, if you really look it up, they're direct but quiet, and they're constantly about, moving on to the next thing. Let's get this done and let's get to the end goal. If you press the alpha, he's not gonna fight you. He's not gonna fight you unless you put his hands on you. And sometimes, even when you put his hands on him, he will back down. People don't realize that though. They look at what everyone else tells them, what alpha is or omega is and all that. Alpha males, they will back down from a fight over any other of the males, and it's not because they're scared, and it's not because like they think they'll lose the fight or any of that. Some of them know they'll win the fight, but even if they do, they realize that no fight you don't win, and because internally you're gonna feel bad. You're going to feel bad hurting someone. You feel me? And the only time people don't feel bad is if they have a lot of pride built up, from winning and all that, which is normal. But like, it's just not like it's not worth it. Like, neither one of us are accomplishing anything. Lord help you if you go to jail. Like, we're not accomplishing anything by fighting or killing each other. And that's what the alpha male realizes, you feel me? So, but yeah, let's just get another topic. I got to work out right after this. Um, um, oh yeah, I gotta try that outfit on too. Ugh. Y'all stay away from these fruit snacks. All they got in them is red 40 dyes, other color dyes, gelatin is terrible for you. But I am gonna enjoy them right now. But add some light in this hole. Okay. Now, now, oh my lord. Now let's talk about I don't want to talk American politics, you know. Y'all already know. Politicians are to entertain. All this Republican Democrat stuff, it doesn't matter. Just to entertain. Every bill, anything that comes out, any technology thing, any new phone that comes out, it's already been planned. They planned it 36 years ago. They withhold things from us. They withhold everything, information, certain things. Right now in China, they're on the PS10. They're on the PS10. The PS5, if you walked up to them and showed them a PS5, they would laugh at you. Like, these Americans. Everyone just laughs at America. The laughing stop. But yeah, people, this stuff is being like, and they withhold, and I can't even say withhold either, because the stuff is out there. People don't take time of looking at things. You know, social media runs the world. Perception runs the world. Perception is reality. People just don't care anymore. You know, and it's not wrong. You know, out there. You know, people got life to do it, but at least take time and look at people. This stuff is being known, or like, don't get me started with the Diddy stuff. People, who cares? This stuff has been out for years. Like, who cares? Like, there are people right now doing what Diddy was doing. That's why I don't even talk about music industry stuff anymore. It's pointless. Nothing's going to happen. If Diddy goes to jail, he's not going to jail for any Masonic rituals he done or anything he's done for the industry. I don't know what it could be specifically, but I know what if he does possibly go to jail, it will not be for anything that he's been doing per se. But I don't really care to talk about Diddy for real, because all that stuff to me is just a waste of talk. It's more I don't want to call it gossip talk, just entertainment. That shit is it's a reality show. It's a reality show because how mm, yeah, right. But I'm trying to see who the second person was. I know my boy Jay in here, but let's get into something else. um, let's talk about not people's spirits. So many things to talk about. We talk about we talk about the frequency getting lower and lower every day, and people in the world in general. Good is bad now, and bad is good. Um, if you're a righteous person and a morally right person, sometimes you could be looked at as lame. We have lost ourselves. We have lost ourselves. We have lost ourselves. We have lost ourselves. A lot of people don't know themselves to begin with. They know what other people want them to be. That's the only thing they know about themselves. They are only thing that some people know about themselves is what other people want them to be. They are what other people want them to be. Now, everyone to an extent caters to people, and and all that. But there are certain people that everything they do is to cater to other people, and it's sad. It's real sad. What I got front squats, Bulgarian squats, leg RDLs, calf raises. Got a couple of leg exercises to do. Well, we talk about it. I've been up here 45, 44, 45. What else should we talk about before I let y'all go? Let's talk about. I'm ready to see who this second person was. What's the hurts? I don't know what you're meaning by that, Jay. If you're talking about the frequency hurts, when I said the frequency is dropping lower and lower. Oh, okay, yeah. The frequency hurts is now it depends on how you're asking that because individually it's gonna be different for everyone. But because not everyone's in the same realm, at least as a individually, not everyone is. But as a whole, everyone the top frequency you can hit, and let me make sure that real quick. My bad, y'all. Someone was calling me real quick, but um, yeah, my bad. Someone was calling me, but good lord, good lord. Oh, you asked what the hertz is. It's different for everyone. Some people's are very very low to 40, 60. Um, that's extremely low. That person is they're spiritually defeated. Um, that's a very angry person. But in today's society, that person's let me not say today's society. In black community, in the black community, that person is cheered. Nowadays with a very low frequency. That person has they're just a very low vibration person. Their hertz would be anywhere, It could be 40, 60, 80, 100. 100 is low. But it depends on the person, also, But if you're asking, yeah, I can't really say what is the hertz of the frequency in the whole Earth or in the whole America, But because everyone's gonna be different, so I would really have to I'd have to separate it for real, cause people, it's too many good, it's too many bad. It's actually more good than bad, though. I'll say that it'll be a little bit higher than like some people might think, but a lot of people's frequency is fucked up by other people's expectations. A lot of people overthink, and that comes from other people's expectations. There's no overthink. There's not one person that overthinks that isn't looking to impress other people, or that isn't looking to meet other people's expectations. It's inevitable. Overthinking the expectations are literally twins. If you overthink, you're trying to impress someone. And then some people's frequency, they are trying to, kind of goes in with expectations. They have something to prove. Feel me? They have a chip on their shoulder. They're easily ticked off. Some people had a lot of childhood trauma, and they push that on to other people, and they never heal from it, and that's why their frequency could low. It's a lot of reasons, but yeah, yeah, the hurts of this whole earth. Yeah, I can't even answer that because it's so many people, different people with different personalities. And I'm glad I brought up different personalities. Some people are. There's a very small amount of people. Everyone is born at the top of the frequency chart. Everybody. Everybody is born at the top. When children are born, they're born with all this excitement and innocence and happiness. They are complete themselves. Their third eye is open. All their chakras are aligned. They are completely themselves. They see through things more than adults. You really should pay attention to the children. People should pay attention to their kids because the kids will tell you more than a lot of adults can. Most adults can. But what I was gonna say is everyone is born that way. As they get older, they will drop. And they will drop even lower. Some will drop very, very low. And damn, I'm getting tired. But some people never heal, they never recover. It's okay to drop. I drop a lot of times. You know, and um why is that? Um if you're asking like why do people drop? I'm assuming that's what you're asking. Why are people's, vibration dropping and their whole frequency dropping? Is because um life, and some people don't know how to it's easier to drop your frequency, and a lot of people are stuck in their comfort zone, and so they allow it to drop because it's easier. It's way harder to stay. I want to say, and I haven't looked it up in a minute, but I'm almost positive the highest frequency hertz you can reach around maybe 4,000. Maybe I forgot. It depends what chart you go off also, but most people aren't gonna be able to stay above 2,000. That's pretty tough to do. If you can stay above 2,000, you're pretty much the same. Um, I'm not even at 2,000. Like that is, and that's only middle ways. Lord help you if you get to 3,000, and then 4,000 is pretty much non-realistic in this society. Um, it's just not realistic. But yeah, people drop because it's easier to drop. It's easier to be, I don't want to say bad because there's no bad or good people. You either choose to live a joyful life or a miserable life. And those are the only two options. Um you can be a joyful person or a miserable person. You can do good and bad things to people, but that doesn't make you good or bad on either side just because you do those things. But people will tend to do more bad, you know, because it's easier. It's easier to do bad things. And in fact, the only thing that stops people from doing bad things morally is legal restrictions, like going to jail or um love, which that's not a legal restriction, but I'm just using an example. But love and going to jail are probably the two biggest things that stop people from doing bad. Um, um. So yeah. 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 People drop the frequency because it's easier, and being at a very high frequency is tough because you have to put up with so much. You're pretty much a saint. You have to be you have to be you are at Zen, or you have become water. And what I mean by water is, hold on. What I mean by water is, water can't be touched. When you become water, no one can touch you. People can go in water and punch water. Nothing happens to water. People can go and, I don't know, they can they could do whatever they want to water. Oh, I can't think of anything. They can um go down in water. Water will always be the same. They can pour water. They can pour water onto something. Water will grow it. There's a plant right here. Water will grow it. Water only does good. The only time water does something bad is two things. Either water is, or a person is tainted, or they're filled up with something bad which makes them bad. If someone pees in a pool, if someone pees in water, it'll make the water bad. Or if someone does something really bad to someone with a very high frequency, that will inevitably, they will be start they may not, drop all the way, but they will inevitably maybe do something bad to other people. when water um when water is let me think, when water is, I don't want to use PDN. That's really the only example I can use. When something is done bad to water, when water is tainted, and when water is filled up with something bad, or when a high vibrational person is filled up with something or told something. And that's why words are very scary, because words attract, words move people. You know, words and hearing, because hearing is your quickest sense, and it's probably your most powerful sense. Probably besides your intuition sense, you know, and probably specifically for women, since they have their eighth chakra, their intuition room. Yeah, definitely for women, and not just for their intuition chakra, their ears too. Men hear, but women hear even more. Men hear to men hear to. Let me think. I'm kind of tired. I gotta trying to think of some words. Men hear, they are listening to what you're saying to hear truth, and a lot of that. Women's hearing is not even necessarily just about truth. They are hearing to almost, because women are very emotional, they are hearing to fulfill what they want to believe or what they want to feel. And this is why women can easily be manipulated, which isn't good, but it is the truth. A woman can easily be manipulated, specifically through words. Um, Men are easily manipulated through actions. Um, a woman can be manipulated through words. She can be lied to easier. She can be lied to because of her emotions through that lie that was told. If her emotions feel good about it and that lie makes her feel good, she will believe it. A man, he won't think about his emotions first. He will think logically. And that is why a man, specifically when it comes to words, anyone can be manipulated. But when it comes to talking, women are much more manipulated and lied to. And man, we've got to stop that, because it's not. It's really it's messed up, and we really could do that on purpose. You feel me? But and a man can be lied through, and I said actions. I'm gonna say even better word. A man is easily manipulated through what he sees, which can be actions, or what he sees in plain sight. Logic, like I said, logic. And now, even though logic is thinking, logic is seeing also. Logic is seeing. Logic is 1 plus 1 equals 2. Logic is why a man could be manipulated. Now, obviously, you would think, how can you be manipulated if you're thinking logically? Because as good as it is to think logically, it's better to think realistically. Realistic logic, the only thing, like I said, 1 plus 1 equals 2. But you see, logic doesn't, they don't, it doesn't factor in anything else. It doesn't factor in emotion. It doesn't factor in maybe what time it was, or, uh, uh, how it's raining outside, or, well, they couldn't do this that day. I'm gonna put it like this. When a woman is cheating, she the reason women lie more, and I'm gonna say statistically because we don't, we're just gonna go off statistics right now. A woman will lie with cheating more because when a man sees or she shows him that she's not cheating, even if she is, he will believe it because logically, let's say, oh, she doesn't have text messages in her phone. Um, she doesn't. Oh, she says she's going out to eat with her friends. Okay, and sometimes our non-caring attitudes that can get us cheated on because a woman doesn't have that feeling. She doesn't have that emotional attachment. So she will go and get it from someone else. And she may still love that person, but she will get her emotion. She will get her emotional needs filled. But a man, he doesn't need his emotional needs filled. He just wants respect. That's all he wants. He wants respect and sex. But sex is a form of respect, which is what the man strives for. And the woman strives for emotional support. I don't even want to say that because you can get emotional support from a lot of people. Women strive for understanding. They want to be understood. They want to be felt, while the man wants to be respected. But oh, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, the woman will lie about cheating because she has to lie with actions. She cannot necessarily just lie with words. Um, because that would be bringing in too much realistic, you feel me, type of stuff. Logic, if you look at it logically, oh, she's out with her friends. The man will look at it, oh, well, she's not texting anybody, she's out with her friends, so she's not cheating on me. That's logically. Realistically speaking, what time is it? She can have stuff deleted through her phone. That's thinking realistically. She could have someone pull up on her while she's gone. That's realistically. Then a man cheating. The reason he will come up more forward, and the reason is pretty much, I don't even want to say harder. It is pretty much impossible. And sadly, I hate to say this, I'm speaking from experience. It is impossible for a man to cheat in a woman and his woman not know. It's impossible. Now, I'm not saying it is impossible for him to get away with it, or I am not saying that it is impossible for him to not, I'm not saying it is impossible for him. I'm not saying it is impossible for her to not say anything, but she knows. A woman knows. They have more chakras than us. They have that intuition chakra. She knows. When a man is cheating, she knows. Especially if they're having sex, which they should be, their couple. If they're fucking, she knows. When you go up inside a woman, you're attached to her now. Her antennas are connected to your brain, literally. So when spiritually, she's literally connected to you. So when you're cheating, she's gonna know it, which is why there's no point of lying. She already knows it. She's gonna start asking you questions. She's gonna start checking your phone. And as soon as she does that, that's why you should come forward. There's no point of lying because she already knows it. The best thing to do is to come forward with it and try to make up because lying is only gonna make it worse. Women know when cheating is going on. Men, we don't know, and that's why it's more scarier. Men, we don't have that intuition chakra. We may think she's cheating, but listen, that's thinking because what we think logically, but thinking is not feeling. Feeling can be more powerful than knowing sometimes because feeling leads to knowing because you can feel it. They can I can feel this. I can feel this. Close my eyes. If I didn't know what this was, I can feel this. And I don't know it, but I can almost feel what this is. Obviously, I can feel and know it's paper. But eventually, I could feel to figure out what this is. This is the woman. The man, there is no feeling. It's strictly thinking. Thinking logically. It's me sitting here closing my eyes, I can get as close as I want to this. But I'm thinking logically. I'm thinking through my head and not realistically, which is bad. I'm thinking, what is this? I'm thinking, what is this? Without feeling it, without the intuition chakra. This is a good analogy. I'm thinking, what could this be? What could this be? And this goes back to which is why I said the woman's words will make it even worse. And actually, it's better if the woman doesn't say anything. Because if I sit here and look at this piece of paper with my eyes closed, and if there's someone standing there and they're telling me, hey, this is a toothbrush, I'm gonna probably sit there and really think that it's a toothbrush. Just like if a woman tells me she's not cheating, I'm gonna think that. Because logically, it might make sense. Or when or even worse, if they don't say anything. Because now that they're saying nothing, the door is open. It's so many things that this piece of paper could be, or it's so many things that she could be doing. I will never figure it out. It'll be impossible. I could think long, figure out, kind of what it is, but it'll be almost impossible. And that is the man. And that's why he cannot tell when his woman is cheating. But his woman already knows if he's cheating. But almost 1 hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna do one more minute. But yeah, y'all talk a lot about things, integrity, black community, being an alpha and all that, bullshit. I ain't gonna call it bullshit, but it's not what people think it means. Intuition, chakra, frequency, um, you know, man woman origin. We need to stop this man and woman hate stuff too. I can't stand it. We all need each other. The woman is first. Man, we need to eat that. We are going against nature by thinking the woman is second. The woman is first. The woman is first. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Peace to everyone. Peace and love to everyone. I'm gonna catch y'all later.